G'day everyone. I'm just throwing this as an intro to all of these videos I'm about to upload. These are all spearfishing info videos from Patreon. The Patreon people that I spoke with said they wouldn't mind if these eventually went on YouTube. There's about 9 hours of spearfishing info stuff. Nothing fancy, just me talking to a GoPro on various topics, but it will probably help quite a few new divers because there's like 9 hours of just absolute... I cover everything I've sort of ever learned in the scene. With regards to me spearfishing, probably not a reality at the moment. I was just diagnosed with a disorder called ME a few years back. Stupidly tried to hide it. Shouldn't have actually, because if I come out with these things I can help other people that are struggling through them. But yeah, I haven't even been able to make this video for the last 4 days because I've been and now yeah, I've got enough energy today. But yeah, you can watch the Future of Aquatic Rehab spearfishing video if you want to know more on that. For anyone that wants to help me through this, I will put my PayPal in here. Feel free if you think you're getting value out of this, because sort of everything helps with this. But otherwise, no pressure. Just go out and send us pictures of the fish that you're smashing. And yeah, hope you guys get some info.
Okay, crew, so this yarn is quite an interesting one. It's sort of a spin-off on a lot of similar sort of stuff to what I always talk about. People might be sick of me talking about this, but maybe not. So Brad gave us a message and said, what do you say, one occurred to me yesterday, so there must be a question occurred to me yesterday. If I start diving deeper more often, I want to shoot a red. I'm guessing it's an Aussie. I was working on my descent when spearing yesterday. Straight down, chin in, arm and spear gun in, and going slow and calm. And that's the way to dive. I've noticed that fish are insanely more relaxed with me diving in this manner. And they are, sorry guys, my reading's pretty shit. And they are hanging around, if not coming closer to check me out. Maybe chat on approach techniques for fish that you don't burley in. In Oz it's quite common. The fish I shoot will see me coming. So ways to appear less hungry might mean more fish on the boat. Now that's like absolutely bang on. And it's not just in Oz the fish will see you coming. The majority of the dives that we do in New Zealand as well, the fish are there and they see you coming. It's just our hunting style that I showcase a lot. Looking for snappers, the one fish that we're sort of hiding from. However, so like let's say everything, kingfish, maybe snapper in open water, coheru, blue mau mau, butterfish, boarfish, all the weedline species, John Dory, yeah, just everything. Kawai and trevally when they're schooling. Did I say pink mau mau, pinkies, and all the species. They're basically seeing you when you're coming, and you learn this hard out when you're using a pole spear. As a method of approach, it means that you don't need such an intense bottom time, because you've already set the stage to make a quick kill. Come here, get it! The dog's hounding the neighbor's cat. So you've already set the stage to make a good approach on the fish. So let's say, for example, you've got pink mau mau, and let's say you've got a drop off at whatever, X 15, 12 meters or whatever, and it's like a sharp drop away, and they're hanging out on that drop. Now that's quite a fish that they're funny because they run away from you depending on what your posture's doing, and then you settle in, and then slowly they'll make their way back. But they're quite smart. They're looking at your visually. They're watching how other fish are acting. They come to the spear and then they sort of all spook away at the same time. Like, it's a fish they're not difficult to shoot, but they've got characteristics that do improve your hunting if you pay attention to them, because they've got all those sort of like, they'll spook on movement, they'll spook on tracking, it will take them time to gain their trust. Now, if you approach them, fucking bananaed out, looking at them, and you've got your gun out pointing towards them, this is one of my pet hates, is diving with your gun out extended. You're already that much closer to the fish, you're already so much more threatening. They're watching you because they're not dumb. They're going, okay, yeah, their thing's looking, eyeing me up, and they're going, fuck this. If you look at them and you go, oh, I know where they are, or you're on the surface and you know where they are, you know that general area, you tuck your head in and you pull your gun in and become smaller, and then you just dive, and you may turn your whole body to sort of get in. So you're looking at them upside down, get a little idea, and then just go back and then just go settle into that patch of weed. And once you've settled in, go up and look around. Notice the difference in how the fish are acting to you compared to if you'd sort of gone down and just gone straight after one. Yeah, you've set the stage for you're setting the stage to get a good shot, really nice brain shot or something like that. And from the fish's point of view, if I could explain it in a sort of easiest way, what I think is that the fish is going, that thing dropping there, that's, you know, not got a big pointy thing extending out from it, it's smaller than it would be otherwise with a gun extended, not approaching us directly, coming after us, not looking at us, like, you know, you using the eyes and that. It's just a thing coming down. It's like, you know, it's just a ray over there minding its own business. It's just something. And predators don't act like that, so the fish become curious, like, oh, is there, maybe if I hang out with that thing, some food might come out, there might be some disturbed something, there might be, you know, not food coming out, but, you know, like symbiotic relationships. If a shark eats a fish and there's scraps and shit everywhere, then or a stingray's feeding, they can get, you know, fish can sort of scavenge. They might, they're looking at something as if it might be an opportunity, and fish are always curious because they live in an environment where it's just, you know, just constant food and scavenging, and curiosities seem to have been built into species to obviously help them with their search for food. And we can take advantage of that hard, because, yeah, as I keep saying in the past, like, fish don't fear their natural predators. So fish are happy fish don't run when they see a shark. Fish don't you know, if you get a shark cruising over a bit of kelp, you don't see all the fish run away. You can do with marlin and that, but that's a bit of a different thing, because they just come in fucking full predator mode. But when you get like a shark, which is clearly a predator, or a predator of other fish, say like you know, when kingies come through, quite often you'll just have fish sort of hanging around them, or kingfish will school on sharks, snap will hang out with sharks. You know, they don't fear their predator until the predator shows predatory behavior. So, you know, for example, once the king's been shot and then a shark starts going for it, they literally shit themselves. But before that, they're quite happy to school on sharks and just sort of hang around them. Quite often I find them piloting sharks at one of my local spots. So you have to take advantage of the fact that you're just outsmarting them by just basic, like, how have they sort of evolved, and what are their traits. So exactly that, keep your head tucked in, don't be a predator, and then go and lie there in the weed and just have your gun pointed out sort of kind of casually, and let them come over and get pegged. And then, yeah, like over in Aussie, a lot of the places where I dive in Aussie's just, there's not a lot of hiding to be done, and very, very similar. You're sort of like, you know, keep yourself tucked in. You're letting, when you're all small and you're not threatening, you're attracting a whole bunch of bait. You're attracting fucking, what was it, like surgeons and all sorts of crazy stuff, and you can create a bit of commotion just by being you're the fad. And on the dive, you know, a lot of curious fish get really involved, and that can bring a lot of target species in too. But if you're, you know, getting a bit extending out and really looking around, and you know, really eyeing up these fish, then you'll notice that their patterns completely change, and then that can have an effect down the way, where these fish that are, maybe they're not, you know, they're a bit more frantic when they're schooling on you, or maybe they're not so keen to come over, and then you're not sort of giving yourself the best chance. And I'm sort of digressing, but there's yeah, there's a lot sort of going on in my mind when I visualize the dive. So yeah, sort of quite appreciate that comment, because I think it's just so overlooked, and it's just such a cool way to kill fish. You know, just being that sort of like non-threatening thing in the water that just calm theirs, and then fish just make the mistakes of coming too close. That's what you want. You just want to, like, what Dwayne Herbert said to me like for a decade ago, you want to put yourself in the right place to receive the luck. And I think that not only putting in yourself in the right place, but acting in the right way to receive the luck. Yeah, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys got something from that. It's a pretty cool thing to do. Definitely massive, probably one of the biggest tips that I'd give to people to not only help their freediving, because it's calming them down a lot, but to also open up their better shot windows and opportunities, and teach the brain to sort of chill out rather than giving chase and getting overexcited. But it's a big learning process. It's not an overnight thing, so you might as well start with that if you're struggling, and you know, you're just new to the sport or whatever. So sweet, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you on the next one. And remember, if there's anything you want me to talk about, just DM us on here or Instagram or something like that.